want to tell my story. Or rather, there are three of them, and they all happen to me in the Holy Land, in Israel. I will not name names, as people, somehow connected with this story, in Israel are quite famous, recognizable, and their faces can often be seen on Channel 20 of local television. Fate threw me to Israel, after divorce from my husband, left with 2 children. I had to think how to raise them myself, to give them a higher education. At that time they just started to issue work visas to Israel, and I decided, not having any experience of life abroad, especially in such a specific country, sitting safely in the office, accountant never parting with my beloved children for more than a few days, I gave a pile of papers for visa processing, and began to wait. Weeks went by, there was no news from the embassy. Insomnia overcame me. I thought about whether my mother would be able to cope with my children, how I would be without them for so long, what awaited me in a strange country. In one of these sleepless nights, somewhere around 3 o'clock in the morning, realizing that I could not sleep, I turned on the TV, switching channels with the remote control and not stopping on any of them. I suddenly caught on the word Israel. It was the RTVI channel. There was a program you had about a very famous composer in Israel. I won't name names. I remember my skepticism about the word famous, because I considered myself an erudite person, and the man they were talking about on the screen was not familiar to me either by name or visually. I wanted to switch on, but the cameraman, shooting, brought the camera closer and on the wall, behind the man talking about his life, creativity, family. I saw a large number of photos, his with all the famous performers of Russia and the CIS. There were very famous artists in the photos. There were a lot of portraits. I became interested, and I watched the program till the end. I learned everything about the man, where he was born, where he studied, where he taught, in what year he left with his family to live in Israel, what works he wrote and to whom he wrote songs. In addition, in Israel he opened a small art restaurant, where a friendly team works, all young, ambitious, cheerful and beautiful, just like a selection. All of them were shown in this program. I saw in detail and the restaurant and the team. In the morning, full of impressions, I told my friends about what I had seen. I got a lot of good impressions, and the country didn't seem so unfamiliar to me anymore. A month passed. I got a call that my documents were ready, and in 3 days I could fly out. And here I am in Israel. My job was to help an elderly woman in her everyday life, cooking, cleaning, giving her medicine, taking walks. Anna, a girl representing a firm for hiring foreign workers, called me in the evening, set up a meeting with my future employer, the son of my old lady, at 8 p.m. in his restaurant near the hotel where I was staying, and kindly agreed to accompany me. At 8 p.m., accompanied by Anya, I entered the restaurant owner's small office. Somehow everything was familiar to me, the owner's face, the interior. I looked at the walls and I was shocked. I recognized the hero of the show I watched at home. The same pictures with entertainers, the same high office chair in which the same man was sitting, swaying left and right. There are coincidences in the world, you will say. I thought so too. 5 months later, I told the son of my grandmother that I saw him, the restaurant, pictures of his family, heard his entire biography at home. The mystical thing is that no one remembers such a program. All the recordings of programs in which starred well. Let's call the composer Boris. For example, he lovingly keeps at home. This recording does not exist. No one remembers such a program, neither in the family, nor in the staff of the restaurant, nitrogen monoxide 1. Moreover, the program with this name exists, I remember it in detail until today. I remember how I recognized the round paired lanterns on the embankment, the color of the walls in the interior, the faces of people, the voice of the girl presenter. And where did I get the name of the program? Yahad, who at that time didn't know a single word of Hebrew.